What is up, everybody? It's Mr. Pay-Per-View back for another full card breakdown for UFC 285 Jones versus Gane. Excellent card, man. It's got some really good fights on it. Obviously, the return of the GOAT, Jon Jones, at heavyweight. This is going to be an amazing card. We got Shavkat, Valentina. There's just so many good fights. So many good bets too, man. Got some decent bets in it right now. Going to have my 5 solid bets. Before we get into that, we're going to do a quick recap, go over some other things, and then we'll get right into these bets. But we're going to do a quick recap of UFC Vegas 70. And UFC Vegas 70, man, went 4-0 on my bets for plus 9.65 units. Could have went 5-0, had the Nikita Krylov under. I had that taken off, so that kind of stunk. But still, man, I'll take that 4-0 plus 9.65 units. 4 winning bets, man. Augusto Sakai, dude. I tried to tell the world. I tried to tell the whole world, Craig. He was way better. Dante Mays was not good. I just feel like a lot of people skipped that Hamdy fight, but man, that was easy money. That was the easiest money on the card. Augusto Sakai, plus 2.5 units. Second winning bet was the Munoz over 1.5 rounds plus 2 units. Went exactly how I thought. He wasn't going to be able to take Brendan Allen down. It was going to be a boring kickboxing match. I didn't expect Allen to choke him out at the end, but went the way I thought till then. Third winning bet was Clayton Carpenter from the week before, parlayed with Trevor Peek. Man, Trevor Peek's one of my new favorite fighters. This kid is crazy, man. He is a fighter. He's a dog. He's a junkyard dog of junkyard dogs. And I think I found my new fighter from this new generation. Plus 3.15 units on that. And the fourth winning bet I went and put in because the Jose Johnson fight got canceled was Joe Selecki parlayed with Mike Malott. It was actually under 2.5 rounds. Plus 2 units on that, man. So plus 9.65. You see all that green? I ain't no red there at all. Plus 9.65 units. Official bet record. Overall, 197 and 136 for plus 80 units. You see that 8,000. My units are $100. Plus 8,000 units for 2023. 18 and 11 for plus 4.2 units. Yeah, man, no red here. Finally got out of that red after that terrible 11.8 unit loss on that one pay-per-view. So yeah, we got that back in the last 2 weeks. That's 4 out of 5 winning weeks and a clean sweep. And I'm gonna go back to back on this clean sweep, man. Everybody, man, please like and subscribe to this video. I put a lot of time into all this stuff, man, and I appreciate you liking, subscribing, leaving a comment for the algorithm. I'm trying to become one of the biggest channels on this on YouTube, man, or anywhere, because I put enough work in here and I get everybody some winning bets. We win. Let's do it, man. The Patreon's up and running, $10 a month, $250 a week. If you want to get in there, picks are always still free. But if you want to get in there and get my early picks, people already got early picks last week for UFC 285. I got 3 bets in there already for UFC Vegas 71. If you want to be some line movement, go join up there. We got the Discord going through the whole fight night. You ask questions for live bets. I'm gonna give you all the answers. You get my best 10 bets of the week. And last week I beat over $200 in line movement. The week before I beat over $200 in line movement and cashed big money each time. So not only are you gonna beat line movement, but you're also going to have my bets to win, man. And it's what I do. It's what I do. So another thing, I want to shout out my boy, Dr. Andrew Sorowitz with FaceMeetFist. You guys seen, he was on our show with all the New York guys. He knew everybody. He sent me some good swag from his store that he's got. You guys got to go check this out, man. He's got this. He sent me the tumbler with the FaceMeetFist on it, dude, and it's a super cool design. But if you go on his website on Instagram, he has everything, man. He has all these custom art designs that he has his own guys make for all these different UFC fighters. So if you want to go there and get some custom swag, go check it out. FaceMeetFist, and he has everything, dude. Coats. He has these cups. He has all these different shirts, and they're cool, man. I mean, they're super cool design. But check it out, and go like and subscribe to his page, because I'm going to be doing some stuff with him here in the future, and we're going to be doing some really big giveaways, man. He has some really nice stadium jackets and all different stuff, and we're going to be doing some giveaways on my channel. And so go like that on Instagram. I'm going to put the link in the description. FaceMeetFist, man. It's really cool stuff, and I appreciate him looking out for me and want me to even help him out with this. So appreciate that. Everybody check us out on the live show, me and Johnny, on Thursday and either Friday or Saturday. I'm not sure which one we're going to do this year or this week, but it's going to be for this pay-per-view show. So they are going to be super big shows. We're going to have some really good guests on. It's just going to be a good time. All right, we are going to get into UFC UFC 285. This is going to be a good card. Like I said, we got some new guys. We got some late replacement fights like this one right here, but it's still going to be a good fight, man, and a good card. We got Loik Radzhabov. I just watched all his fights too, and I can't even get his name. Versus Esteban Robovics. This is going to be a super good fight. It's short notice for Loik. If you've seen PFL for the last couple of years, he's been in the PFL. He's 1 second. Sorry, he's 16-4-1. He's 5'8" with a 68-inch reach, and he's currently sitting, I believe, minus 240. You got Esteban, who's 11-0. He's 26 years old, 5'10" with a 69-inch reach, so 2 inches taller, 1 inch of reach. But yeah, man, Loik, you've seen him on the PFL. He's fought some really tough guys over there, had some good wins, good losses. He beat Chris Wade when Chris Wade was still up at 155. You see, he lost to Schultz, Martinez in a split decision. His last couple fights, besides this easy fight that he took outside of PFL, have been going to decision lately. So that's one thing you might want to look at here. Both these dudes are very, very durable. But he's good, man. He's a well-rounded fighter. He's got good wrestling. He's got good takedown defense. He's got good grappling. He's a brawler. He can get in a brawl, throw crazy punches with both hands, man. He's really good. He's a really well-rounded fighter. And he's got good competition coming into the UFC. Esteban, man, I was watching him. He's good too. I'm getting a little bit of the vibes of Prado, who just fought Malarkey, who was, the 11-0 guy that finished every single one of his fights basically in the first and second round. Coming out, and just being really stale because he's never seen the looks that some of these really high-level guys are going to give him there in Argentina. Looked good on the Contender Series. Dropped that dude with the counter right hook, man. That guy, it was perfectly on the chin. It almost looked like when Malat knocked out Mickey Gall, just straight, quick, right on the chin, put the dude face down. And then his other fights, man, very low-level competition here. He's getting him one punch in 27 seconds, one punch in 7 seconds. This guy that he fought to the third round was actually pretty good, and that showed me that he can be taken down at times. He had a pretty good BJJ game and reversal game there and was able to get the late win, but that was a pretty tough fight for him. I mean, he was pretty much winning the whole time, but that guy's not the highest level guy. In this fight, I'm going to take Loik. I think that he'll be able to get his wrestling going here. As long as he stays safe, doesn't get finished in that first round by Esteban, I think he can get his wrestling going here. And I think that he'll be able to win minutes and rounds. He's never been finished. Loki's never been finished in his life. That's why I kind of like it a lot too. So give me Loik. I'm going to take him by decision. I actually don't think that he finishes him either. And I'm going to be looking at that over-under line. Next fight that I have wrote down is in the men's bantamweight division. We got Cody Garbrant making his return to 135, fighting Trevin Jones. Cody Garbrant is 12-5, 1-4 in his last 5 fights. He's 31 years old, 5'8", with a 65.5-inch reach. He's got T-Rex arms. Trevin Jones, short notice, 13-9, 32 years old, 5'7", with a 70-inch reach. And right now, I believe he's plus 140. Cody Garbrant's sitting right around minus 170. Tough fight to call here, man. Obviously, Cody Garbrant's going to be the more skilled fighter. He's got phenomenal boxing, fast hands, good wrestling, and all that. But you can't trust his chin, man. He really does have fast hands. He's going to have the better striking here. Probably have the better power, even though Trevin Jones has shown some nice knockouts. But man, if you look at it, he's lost. He's 1-5 in his last 6 fights, and his only win was over Rafael Sunkau in like the last second of the second round. Finished 4 out of them 5 times, man, and just has not been looking good. Made a trip down to 125. That didn't go good. Got knocked out by Carcar of France. I just don't know where to put Cody Garbrant these days, man. Like I said, great fighter, very tough, but if he's not getting the knockout, it hasn't been looking good for him lately. Trevin Jones, man, decent striking, very low counter striker, very low output. He has pretty good offensive wrestling and defensive grappling. Tough guy. You seen him, remember when he knocked out Timur Valiev after taking a beating, got hurt to the body, took a whole beating, and then was able to finish him. Then he finished Mario Batista, which is a really good win. But this is more of a case of them guys were kind of beating him up and got overconfident and got hit. Because after that, you see where these guys was able to, he fought hard with all 3 of these guys. He's very tough and very durable. If there's a finish here, I'm actually going to think that it's Trevin Jones, man, because Cody Garbrant hasn't finished nobody really in a long time besides the Sunkau and that weird punch. Trevin Jones has been really, really durable. So I'm gonna take Cody Garbrandt by decision. but I'm not even confident at all. I won't have any bets on this fight at all. Line ain't too bad, but still, I don't want nothing to do with it. Next fight is in the men's 170-pound division. We got Ian Machado Garry fighting Keenan Song. Ian Garry's 10-0, currently sitting at minus 560. He's 6'3" with a 74-inch reach. Keenan Song is 19-6. 32 years old, 6 foot with a 71-inch reach. So you see that Ian Garry's going to be 3 inches taller with 2.5 inches of reach. And yeah, man, to be honest, I wasn't sold on Ian Garry after I watched his first 2 fights with Jordan Williams and Darian Weeks, because he was getting pieced up by Williams. And Darian Weeks' fight was very low pace and slow. He was slow, just a boring fight. But the Gabe Green fight is what really opened my eyes to this kid, man. He showed me his toughness because he's fighting a junkyard dog and with great cardio that comes back and gets wins. And I was kind of thinking that maybe he would gas out and get beat by Gabe Green. But no, man, he is super tough. He dominated Gabe Green the whole fight. He took some decent shots, ate him well, and showed great cardio and toughness, man. I think this kid, he could work on his wrestling and grappling, but that's not going to affect him here. But he could work on that a little bit, But man, this kid is special, man. I'm buying into it now. This kid's special. Keenan Song, he's not bad, He's got some power. He knocked out Calvin Potter, Bobby Nash, Hector Aldana, but every time he steps up a little bit in competition, he gets beat up. So you got Brad Riddell finishes him. Alex Morono got the win over Max Griffin, finished him, knocked him out cold. Last shot was a little shot to the back of the head. But he's not bad, man. He's got pretty good boxing with pretty good power. He's got good body and head kicks, man. Really fast front kick to the body. He's an excellent finisher. He's finished 17 of his 19 wins. But his chin isn't that good, man. Max Griffin put him out cold. I'm going to take Ian Garry, and I think Ian Garry gets him out of there because he's going to have to fight this fight to finish this guy because Keenan Song is going to be trying to finish him the whole time. So give me Ian Garry, and I think he gets him out of there with some really hard punches. I like Ian Garry inside the distance. I'm going to be looking at that over-under line for sure. Next fight is in the men's 135-pound division. We got Mana Martinez versus Cameron Saaimon. Mana Martinez is 10-3. 26 years old, 5'10" with a 70-inch reach. Cameron Saaimon is 7-0, 22 years old, 5'8" with a 67-inch reach. And oh man, this was a tough fight to call. I thought I was going to be all over Cameron Saaimon when I went in to do, before tape study, before all that, just off the top of the head. But man, after watching the fights, I'm kind of switching. Mana Martinez has pretty good striking. He has really good power. He has good pace, cardio. He has good leg and body kicks, good boxing combos. He has good hands, his good body kicks. He has pretty good offensive and defensive grappling. I know he got taken down a lot by Ronnie Lawrence, but that's going to happen. But pretty good offensive and defensive grappling himself in jiu-jitsu, and he's pretty big, man. He's got pretty good power, and he's very, very tough. And see, the thing is with Cameron Saaimon, I'm impressed, but I'm not impressed. Like both of his fights on the Contender Series and in versus Steven Kozlov, he was losing both of them fights until he got the finish, man. Steven Kozlov, in my opinion, won the first 2 rounds of that fight, and Josh Wayne Kim did too. He had to finish them both in the third for the comeback finishes, and that was when both of them guys got tired. One was short notice. But that's the thing here. I mean, he's got good striking, decent striking. It's not like he's a volume killer or nothing. His wrestling is not all that good, offensive or defensive. He can definitely be taken down. He's got a good get-up game, and he's got pretty good jiu-jitsu as far as trying to get up and all that. But, I mean, I was not that impressed, man. He was getting beaten striking, and he was getting beaten grappling in this fight and striking in this fight. And like I said, he had to wait for both them dudes to get tired. And I don't think that Mana Martinez is going to get tired. I think Mana Martinez actually is going to be better than this kid everywhere. It's weird to say. I know a lot of people ain't going to like to say that, man, but he's going to be bigger and he's better and he's way more experienced. And the thing is, he's not going to gas and get finished in the 3rd round like these other guys have been. So give me Mana Martinez, man. I know it's going to be weird, but give me Mana Martinez, and he gets it done by decision. And I really think that he can win this fight. I just was not that impressed. Maybe Saaimon will prove me way wrong this fight, but I just wasn't super impressed. He was losing both of his fights, and he had to come back in the 3rd round to get the finish. And I don't think he does that here. So I gotta go with Mana Martinez, man. Next fight is in the men's middleweight division. We got Julian Marquez versus Marc-Andre Barriault. This is going to be a good fight, man. Julian Marquez 9-3, currently sitting at plus 135. 32 years old, 6'2" with a 72-inch reach. Marc-Andre Barriault is 14-6. 6'1" with a 74-inch reach. And man, I was kind of liking Barriault back when he went down to Kill Cliff and was training there, and looked a little better. But man, he's back where he was training before. He's 33 years old. I know Marquez is 32, but man, Julian Marquez. All right, both of these guys are basically the same. Well, Julian Marquez has really good good striking. He has excellent power in his hands and his feet, really aggressive striking and pace. He's going to be the one coming forward. He's going to be throwing bombs. I believe that he has the takedown defense to keep this standing. Marc-Andre Barriault ain't a wrestler. I've seen him get out wrestled. Never really seen him out wrestle anybody. Maybe like Dolce Lungabula. But I'm taking Julian Marquez here, man. I think both of these dudes are kind of meat and potatoes, Power bar, he's usually getting beat up, and then he out cardios people like against Azaitar and his couple little lonely wins. You know what I mean? He's only beat Dolce Lugambula, Jordan Wright, and Abu Azaitar in the UFC, dude, and that's not a good look. He's 3-5 in the UFC. You've seen him lost to Andrew Sanchez, Christoph Jocko, Jung Young Park. These are all guys to me that are on the level of like a Julian Marquez, Chidi and Jokawanu, Anthony Hernandez, and he got dominated in both of them, right? Julian Marquez, like I said, he's a big, strong dude. He's going to have the cardio, so power bar is not going to out cardio Julian Marquez. They both have about the same striking, except that Julian Marquez has the nuclear option, man. He's the only one that's going to be finishing anybody in this fight. So I'm taking Julian Marquez, man. And I really do like Mark. I don't know how people are betting on him and the lines going up, because Marc-Antonio Barriault is not that good, dude. He's really not. He's 3-5 in the UFC. He's lost to like lower. He's lost to anybody time he stepped up in any medium bit of competition, man. And Julian Marquez has some decent wins. I know that last fight with Rodriguez did not look good, but I don't know. Earlier in his career, he had a Darren Stewart, Phil Hawes, just people that I think I'm all over Marquez here. I'm watching that line. I don't know if I'm going to actually play him, because this is going to be a sloppy fight. But in the end, he's got more heart and toughness than Barriault, and he's the one with the nuclear option. So give me Marquez, man. Give me Marquez, and I think that he actually finishes Marc-Antonio Barriault. I know he's only been finished by Chidi and Jokawanu and Anthony Hernandez, but he hasn't fought no killers like Julian Marquez, man. Marquez is savage, especially in that third round. So give me Marquez, man. I really like it, and I just don't understand the money and the love coming in on Barriault. Next fight is in the women's flyweight division. We got Viviane Araujo versus Amanda Ribas. Viviane Araujo is 11-4, 36 years old, 5'4" with a 68-inch reach. Amanda Ribas, 10-3, 29 years old, 5'3" with a 66-inch reach. So you see Viviane Araujo is a little bit bigger. She's the natural flyweight. She's been fighting at flyweight and even up at bantamweight her whole career, where Amanda Ribas has been at 115 her whole career, where she went up last fight and fought Chukagian at 125. It looked phenomenal, man. I actually thought she won that fight. Viviane Araujo, really nice boxing. Her jab is super freaking crisp. She's got good offensive wrestling, good defensive wrestling, good jiu-jitsu, pretty good power in her hands. She's got really good forward pressure and pace. She's very physically strong. She's really good for a 125er. Her problem is she's 36 years old and she slows way down. When she has to push the pace in a fight, she slows way down. And especially with the grappling, like even though she beat Andrea Lee last fight, or 2 fights ago, she died, dude. She was death gassed in that third. It's just Andrea Lee was even more gassed than her. She looked good against Alexa Grasso. I'm going to give her that, though. She did in that 5-round fight. Didn't lose her cardio, nothing, and she looked really good in it, man. Good striking, good boxing, good wrestling, good jiu-jitsu. She's a really well-rounded fighter. She's very tough. If she wasn't 36, I would be way more on this fight. Amanda Ribas, man, she's really good. She's really well-rounded. She's got good striking. She's got good wrestling. She's got good defensive wrestling. She's got excellent BJJ, and she's tough. Her only problem is obviously she can get caught. She got caught by Rodriguez, and then earlier in her career, she got caught by somebody else, Polyana Viana, which you see, though. Polyana Viana is actually dangerous. People don't give her no respect, but she's dangerous. She's got that win over Mackenzie Dern. She's got some decent wins, but the Verna Jandaroba win was pretty nice. This is going to be a good fight because both these girls basically do the same thing. I'm going to say that Araujo has the more power in the striking, but I mean, Ribas has good leg kicks and all that. I'm going to say I like Ribas's cardio. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take Ribas, man. I think that they maybe split that first and second round. It's super close. You don't know who really won them 2 rounds. But I say in the third round, when Viviane starts slowing down, Amanda Ribas comes on strong like she did against Caitlin Chukagian. pulls out the win here. I haven't bet no women's MMA for a long time. I probably won't bet this fight either because it's going to be so close, probably split decision or something like that. But give me Amanda Ribas. Give me the younger fighter. To me, a little bit more skillful fighter. Give me her, man, and the better cardio. I'll take it. Next fight is in the men's 135-pound division. We got Farid Bashrat versus Damon Blackshear, man. I really like this fight, man. We got Bashrat, who is the other Bashrat, Jabed Bashrat's brother, who's both of these guys are phenoms. He's 9-0, currently sitting at minus 500, 25 years old, 5'8", with a 71-inch reach. Damon Blackshear is 12, 4-1, currently sitting at plus 350, 28 years old, 5'10", with a 72-inch reach. Farid Bashrat, man, he's good. He's pretty much just like his brother. I mean, I would say his brother's like better everywhere. His brother has better striking and everything, but this kid's got good striking, man. He's got very good, very kick heavy game, kind of like his brother, man. Lead kicks, push kicks, head kicks, leg kicks, everything. Good wrestling, good offensive and defensive BJJ. He's got 5 rear naked choke wins, nice transitions on the ground. He's got really good top control, and he's got good ground and pound, really good elbows. Makes the striking in with his takedowns really nicely and really efficiently, you know, ducking under other strikes, getting in there. Seen on his Contender Series fight, he looked good, and the guy he fought was a good Brazilian tough guy. Very tough with good cardio, just like his brother, man. He's going to fight hard all 3 rounds. I like this kid, obviously. I like it. He's good, well-rounded. These kids been fighting for their whole life. Damon Blackshear, though, man, he is good, dude. I think he's being disrespected on this line. He could possibly have maybe the better wrestling. I mean, he looked good last time until that 3rd round against Youssef Zalal, but he was on short notice, and he won them first 2 rounds. And Youssef Zalal kind of fights like Bashrat. I'm not going to say he's as good as Bashrat, but I'm saying they kind of got the same type of fighting where they're mixing in their takedowns, the grappling, and the striking all into one. But I liked Blackshear in that fight. I thought he looked good, man. His jiu-jitsu looked really good. His striking looked pretty good until that 3rd round, and his wrestling looked good, man. So I'm going to take Bashrat just because I think that Bashrat's going to have the bigger moments in the fight, especially on the feet, putting the pressure, backing up Blackshear. But I think it's going to be a close fight, and I think it's going to go all 3 rounds. So give me Bashrat by decision. And he keeps looking good, but I don't think Blackshear is a guy that you just style on. He makes you look really good. Like, you can beat him, but I don't think you're just going to style on this kid, finish him real quick or nothing. He's good everywhere. So, yeah, give me Bashrat though by decision. Next fight is going to be a banger. We got Derek Brunson versus Dricus du Plessis, man. Derek Brunson, 23-8, currently sitting at plus 200. He's 39 years old, 6'1" with a 77-inch reach. Dricus du Plessis, 18-2, currently sitting at minus 240, 29 years old, 10 years younger. 6'1" with a 76-inch reach. So that's all even. 1-inch reach for Brunson, but that's nothing, man. Derek Brunson, man, 39-year-old. You know him. Great wrestling, good single legs, good double legs, man, good body lock takedowns. He's got good boxing. He's got good power in his straight left hand. He's getting a little slower in his age, though, man. He's got really top. If he gets you to the ground, he's really heavy on top. He's probably going to hold you down the whole round. He's going to beat you up with ground and pound. Like, I really like his elbows. He was beating Darren Till down. He was even beating Cannonier down, you know, till Cannonier was able to gas him out a little bit and beat him down. Pretty good clinch knees against the cage when he's just grappling and hanging on guys before he hits his takedowns. And he's just got bad cardio. You know what I mean? He goes really hard. He goes for the finish at all time. And he's going for all the takedowns. But if people aren't forcing him to get up, like working to get back up, he can still hold people down and get the wins, like he did against Kevin Holland, like he did against Edmund Shabazian. I mean, he was on a 5-fight win streak until 5 fights right here until he lost to Cannonier. You know, he beat Darren Till, Kevin Holland, Edmund Shabazian, Elias Theodoro. You know, he's got some wins on his record, though. You see he's beat Loyola Machida, but that was like 6 years ago when he was still, you know, in his prime. Great wrestling, good boxing. You know, he can throw some kicks too. He used to be a knockout guy for a while earlier in his career till he started getting knocked out. But man, Dricus du Plessis, who he's fighting, is going to have better striking. It's more awkward, but he is a K1 fighter. He was fighting in K1 kickboxing at 18 years old. I know his striking looks sloppy and weird, but he really does have good K1 kickboxing. Very physically strong dude, man. You can see when he grabs a hold of these guys like Tavares, Till, and them, man, they just go down. He's got awkward striking, but he's got crazy power, man. Finished 17 of his 18 ops with 7 KOs and 10 subs. The only one he didn't finish was Brad Tavares, who's, you know, a savage. That dude is very hard to kill. really powerful leg and body kicks. He slows down as the fight goes, but he still fights hard and fights through. He's like Trevor Peak when it comes to that. Like, even though they're tired, they're slowing down, they still throw in the same amount of power and the same amount of shots, man. I really like that about him. He's very tough, very durable. And I think that his leg and body kicks can do some damage while they're standing. I know Brunson's going to land some takedowns, but Dricus du Plessis has really good takedown defense and really good subs. Like I said, he's got 10 submissions on his career. I like Dricus here. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be tough. I'm probably not going to get around to betting it because there is a picture in my mind where Derek Brunson is able to wrestle him down for 3 rounds and get some top control and beat him up. And then maybe when Dricus has that awkward striking style and keeps that power as he's going with a lot of guys that want to stand up and strike with him, but he's never fought a guy yet that's want to take him down. And when he gasses out, if he gets slow and Brunson's taking him down, he can't get back up. Brunson is going to eat him, and this is going to look exactly like Edmund Shabazian fight. So, you know, I put a little caution on this fight. I do expect du Plessis to win, and he's gonna win and say, if you're gonna bet him inside the distance because he's gonna finish Brunson if Brunson gasses out. But I'm not that super confident on it. I don't want to know why, but I'm really not all that confident on it. Next fight, let's see, is in the women's strawweight division. We're not going to spend much time here. Jessica Penne versus Tabatha Ricci. Jessica Penne 14-6. Currently sitting at plus 190. She's 40 years old, 5'5" with a 67-inch reach. Tabatha Ricci 7-1. She is minus 230, 28 years old, so 12 years younger, 5'1" with a 62-inch reach. I'm taking Tabatha Ricci here, man. I think she's better everywhere. She's got better striking than Jessica Penne. She's got better wrestling than Jessica Penne, and she's a high-level black belt where you've seen her fight with and stay safe with Poliana Viana and girls like that. So I really like Tabatha here. I'm not going to stay on this long. I think that she wins all 3 rounds. I think it goes the distance, and I think that if you're going to bet her by decision. I kind of want to do that, man. This ain't low level girls, but you know, it's teetering right there. But I kind of want to bet Tabatha Ricci by decision because I'm sure you can get it, you know, in the plus maybe 120 or something. And I think that's how it goes down. I don't see her subbing Jessica Penne or nothing. So we Tabatha Ricci by decision. Next fight. Ooh, I can't wait for this. On the main card, we got Mateusz Gamrot on short notice fighting Jalen Turner, man. Mateusz Gamrot 22-1. 21-2, my bad. He's currently sitting at minus 210, 32 years old, 5'10" with a 70.5 inch reach. Jalen Turner, the tarantula, is 13-5. Currently sitting at plus 180. He's 27 years old, 6'3" with a 75.5 inch reach. So you see he's going to have 5 inches of height and 5 inches of reach on Mateusz Gamrot, which it's going to be crucial, man. Mateusz Gamrot, excellent wrestling. He has an excellent ankle pick, single leg takedown that he runs a lot, and that's all he runs. And if you can stop that, then you're not going to get taken down by Mateusz Gamrot. Really good chain wrestling though. He'll keep going for that one leg and he'll keep trying to chain wrestle, but if he can get that ankle, he's going to get you down. But if not, he's not probably going to get you down. He's got decent kickboxing. He's just not dangerous. He's serviceable. He don't really want to strike. He wants to be on the ground fighting. He's really tough, really good cardio. He's got relentless grappling. He's got that good single leg, but he don't hold guys down. If you go watch any of his fights, man, he really doesn't hold guys down. I don't know. I'm not all that impressed with Gamrot. I know he had that supposed win over Arman Tsarukyan, but I didn't think he won that fight. He could be on like a 3-4, you know, lost 3 of 5. He lost to Guram. He could have lost to Arman, and then he just lost to Benny. I mean, I'm not that high on this guy as high as other people are. He's a one-dimensional, short-notice guy, man. One-dimensional, single-leg fighter. Jalen Turner, man, I'm so impressed with him recently, dude. Excellent long kickboxing with crazy power, man. He works your body so good with punches and kicks, man. He's working your legs. He's throwing head kicks up. He's so long, people don't know how to react to his punches. Brad Riddell is one of the most durable guys in the UFC, man. And he was able to finish him in 45 seconds, hit him with a couple shots, rocked him, finished him. He beat the brakes off of Jamie Malarkey, out-wrestled him. That's another thing. I really love Jalen Turner. His wrestling's been looking phenomenal. His grappling, his jiu-jitsu is phenomenal. He's choking guys out. Look, he's submitted 1, 2, 3 out of his last 4 wins. This was a right hook to ground and pound over Malarkey. He's submitted 3 out of 4, and he's finished his last 5 opponents, man. 6. I think he's finished them all. I don't think he has finished them all. There He's lost by decision, and his losses, he's 13-5. Don't let that fool you, man. A lot of these are early in his career. He came into the UFC, fought Vicente Luque up at 170, got knocked out. That happens. But other than that, his knockouts and stuff was early. That was 2006. That's 7 years ago. 3 of his losses out of his 5 was 7 years ago. And then since then, he's lost to Vicente Luque in a really close fight with Matt Frevola. That's another thing. I know people's going to bring that up, that he got taken down there, but he didn't get held down. He kept getting up. He landed some good shots on Frevola. Matt Frevola fought that fight tough, but that was almost 4 years ago. And he has looked so good since then. Like, his grappling has looked phenomenal. I'm sure that taste in his mouth of getting taken down by Frevola, he didn't like it. Comes back, smashes Culibao, smashes Brock Weaver, smashes Medic, smashes Malarkey, smashes Riddell. You know what? I think that he hits Mateusz Gamrot with something big. I think that he's got good enough cardio and toughness that eventually he hits Mateusz Gamrot shooting in for his little single leg. He's going to hit him with the knee. He's doing something. Jalen Turner is getting this win. He's finishing Mateusz Gamrot, and we won't have to hear about Mateusz Gamrot being the greatest guy in the world anymore, because he's literally just a wrestler with a single leg. No, he ain't fit. He ain't subbing guys. He's subbing Jeremy Stevens, but I'm not on him. I'm on Jalen Turner, and I'll probably if I can get him at 180 tomorrow at the casino, I'm betting him. Next fight is Jeff Neal versus Shavkat Rakhmonov. Jeff Neal, 15-4, 32 years old, 5'11" with a 75-inch reach. Shavkat Rakhmonov, 16-0, 16 finishes, -500, 28 years old, 6'1" with a 77-inch reach. Man, Jeff Neal, good boxing, good straight left right down the pipe. You seen him mess up Vicente Luque last fight, man. He finished Luque, was the first one to finish Luque. He's got good left high kick. He's got pretty good defensive and offensive grappling. I mean, he's usually using wrestling as a defense, but it's pretty good defensive wrestling, man. But he had that split decision with Ponzinibbio, and you've seen Ponzinibbio against Alex Moreno, couple months ago. He looks pretty washed, man, and that was a back and forth close fight, and that was really only about a year and 2 months ago. Then he lost to Neil Magny, got beat down by Stephen Thompson, but the Neil Magny loss is really concerning, because as we see Neil Magny beat Jeff Neal, we've seen what Shavkat did to Neil Magny. Now, I'm not saying anything about MMA math, but I'm saying that if Neil Magny was able to take down and wear out Jeff Neal in that third round and stuff, then what's Shavkat going to do? Shavkat, man, so Jeff Neal's dangerous left high kick, and with that left straight left right down the pipe. So Shavkat's going to have to be careful, because this is probably the most dangerous guy he's fought in the UFC as far as just KO power and being super dangerous. But, dude, Shavkat's one of the most well-rounded fighters I've ever seen, man. He's got phenomenal striking, wheelhouse knockout kicks, spinning kicks to the body, spinning kicks to the head, excellent knees, really good boxing. He's got really good wrestling and body lock takedowns, man. You can tell he's so strong when he grabs these guys like Neil Magny, Michel Pajeras, Alex Oliveira. Dude, he's taking these guys down, and he is beating them up. What he did to Neil Magny was sick. He just took Neil Magny down and controlled him the whole fight. Like, Neil Magny usually puts up good fights with anybody, like Jeff Neal or anybody other than Gilbert Burns and Shavkat. And man, he just beat him. He worked him every single minute of that fight and then submitted him. You seen the spinning hook kick to Carlston Harris's head, knocked him out. See, the thing is that the Shavkat has the striking to stand with Neal and maybe even finish Neal. And then he has way better wrestling and grappling, and he has way better cardio, man. He has way better submissions and everything. So I love Shavkat. I got a ton of his rookie cards. Matter of fact, yeah, I'm going to have to do an announcement at the end of the fight, at the end of this card. But everybody, Shavkat Rakhmonov is the pick. He's going to get this win. Jeff Neal was just in the hospital like a month and a half ago. That's why he had to pull out of their last fight. So give me Shavkat, and I think he finishes him, because he finishes everybody. Give me him by second or early third round submission. But I don't think this goes decision at all. Next fight is for the women's flyweight title, 125. We have Valentina Shevchenko, 23-3, currently sitting at -625. She's 34 years old. She's won 3 days. She would be 35 when this fight starts. 5'5" with a 65.5-inch reach. She's fighting Alexa Grasso, 15-3, currently sitting at +450. She's 29 years old. 5'5" with a 66-inch reach. So these girls are basically the exact same size. Only difference is a little age advantage, but Shevchenko hasn't showed no slowing down. Shevchenko, crazy, dude. She's actually here. I skipped I'm going to do this, then I'll go back and do the next one. But Shevchenko, man, excellent striking. She is a phenomenal fighter, dude. Well-rounded, probably the most technical, best girl fighter ever. I know Nunes is the GOAT, but I thought Shevchenko won one of them fights against her. She's got some of the best fight IQ you're ever going to see from a fighter. Male, female, don't matter. She's got some of the best fight IQ. When she fights a striker, she'll strike with them and take them down and beat them up like she did with Andrade. She fights a grappler. She keeps it standing, beats her up. She can take the fight wherever she wants to go. Basically do whatever she wants. See, the problem here with Grasso's an excellent fighter, but she's mainly a boxer. She's been showing improved wrestling and grappling and BJJ, but that's not going to, the improvement that she's showing is not on the level of what Valentina is going to bring to her. So basically Grasso is just mostly boxing. Like I said, she's got a good left hand, good right hand. She's super tough, super durable with super good cardio. But Shevchenko has the boxing, if not better boxing, to hang with her. And then she's actually going to be throwing kicks, man, working the body, working the head even. You've seen the Jessica I knockout. So I think Shevchenko is going to have the better striking and more versatile striking by far. And then she's also going to have the better grappling by far. She's going to have the better wrestling. We've seen Viviane Araujo take Alexa Grasso down a couple times in that fight and get a little control time. We've seen what Valentina does to people like Andrade, Caitlin Chukagian, girls she takes to the ground, man. She crucifixes them and she elbows their head off and beats them down, you know, ground and pound to Chukagian, elbowed out Andrade, ground and pound Lauren Murphy. And you've seen how tough Lauren Murphy is. I know she had that tough fight with Talia Santos, but that's not going to happen here. Priscilla Cachoeira, rear naked choke. So she's finishing most of these fights besides Jessica I on the ground. I'm going to take Valentina Shevchenko. I think she gets a dominant win here, and I'm going to say that she finishes Alexa Grasso by TKO on the ground. I was thinking sub at first, but I had to go back and switch it. What happened? So where is the Bo Nickel fight? Because I skipped over it. Oh, here we go. Next fight is in the men's middleweight division. We got Jamie Pickett versus Bo Nickel. Jamie Pickett is 13-8 and the worst middleweight in the UFC. He's currently 34 years old, sitting at plus 850. 6'2" with the 80-inch reach. Bo Nickel is 3-0. He's currently like minus 2,000. That line's not right. He's 6'1" with a 76-inch reach. Jamie Pickett, man, not good. Striking's okay. He's kind of a big dude, and that's where it ends, man. He doesn't have any power. He got beat by Jordan Wright. You know what I mean? He got beat by Jordan Wright. The only people he beat don't belong in the UFC. Beat Joseph Holmes. Terrible. Got destroyed by Jens Tululian. Got destroyed in the first round by Dawkins, and that's what I'm going to bring as a point to this fight is if Kyle Dawkins, with his average wrestling and good jiu-jitsu, was able to take Jamie Pickett down at will and destroy him in the first round like that, I'm going to tell you right now that Bo Nickel, with his wrestling and jiu-jitsu, is going to be able to do the same and most likely quicker, man. Bo Nickel, one of the most decorated college wrestlers in America history. You know, he's not up there with Cael Sanderson or nothing, but he is a savage, dude. Seems to have decent striking. You've seen he was able to get a KO win in 33 seconds on this fight. And then you know he's got the wrestling and the BJJ to win because he's choked out both dudes in under a minute in this fight. I'm taking Bo Nickel, and I'm going to take Bo Nickel by submission. I can't wait till the prop lines come out. They'll probably have that juice to like minus 600. But if it's in anywhere playable, I'll take it, man, because Jamie Pickett is getting finished in this fight. I know the under 1.5 was like minus 275, something crazy. So we'll have to see, man. There might be some type of angle to play that fight. Next fight, and the most anticipated fight, maybe even more anticipated than Islam and Volkanovski. We're getting spoiled here because that fight was just a couple weeks ago. Now we got the return of Johnny Bones Jones, man, the GOAT, versus Cyril Bongaman, man, Gane. This is going to be such a great fight. I'm so hyped for this fight, dude. We got John Jones, 26-1, currently sitting at minus 160. He's 35 years old, almost 36, 6'4" with an 84.5-inch reach. I feel like his reach is growing as he's getting older. I thought he used to be 84. We got Cyril Gane, man, 11-1, plus 135. He's 32 years old, 6'4" with the 81-inch reach. So what you'll notice here is for the first time in John Jones' career, he's going to be fighting somebody that's pretty much the same height, or is the same height, and is just as long as him, man. So that takes away a lot of his advantages right there that he had over a lot of dudes at 205, especially when he was younger coming up, because he was fighting a lot of dudes like Shogun, Lyoto Machida, people that were actually pretty small light heavyweights that ended up going down to 185. You know, Chael Sonnen, he used to go back and forth. Victor Belfort, Rashad Evans was back and forth at 185 and 205. Lyoto Machida back and forth at 185. You had Quentin Jackson, who ate himself to 350 pounds. But you see, most of these guys, man, are smaller 205 guys. Gustafsson was his size. He went to a unanimous decision very close early in their career when Gustafsson was still Gustafsson. Then you come up and you see he went to a unanimous, really close decision with Ovin St. Preux. Ovin St. Preux was 6'4" with the same kind of length and stuff, you know, but all these other guys aren't the biggest dudes. Thiago Santos used to fight at 185. Anthony Smith used to fight at 185. Dominic Reyes beat John Jones, in my opinion. So did Thiago Santos. I watched both them fights, and I thought them guys won 3 out of 5 rounds. John Jones, savage dude, good striking, good spinning stuff. Excellent switch stance striking, powerful variety of leg kicks, oblique kicks, everything, man. Really good head kick and spinning elbows and spinning kicks, man. Good wrestling. But it didn't really work on. He got hurt against Dominic Reyes in the 3rd round of that fight, or 4th round. He got hurt where he had to rush in for takedowns and got his nose busted. And he took Dominic Reyes down, and Dominic Reyes was already a little tired then, and he was able to work right back up and get up, and they started striking again. He couldn't take Thiago Santos down. A couple times he tried to take him down, man. I'm not convinced his wrestling is going to work at 36 years old at heavyweight against Ciryl Gane, man. Ciryl Gane is one of the best heavyweight strikers I've ever seen in my life. His movement is the best I've ever seen. For a 250-pound, 6'4" guy, his movement and his striking is phenomenal. The way he just lazily throws these body kicks out there, like, I think he has better striking than John. John uses a lot of them oblique kicks to the knee and stuff and leg. Ciryl Gane does all that too, except he's throwing a ton to the face, to the body. You've seen him hurt Tai Tuivasa really bad to the body a couple times in that fight. He just throws so many variety of strikes. Okay, yeah, he got out wrestled versus Francis Ngannou in that 3rd, 4th, and 5th round, but that was because he was beating Francis Ngannou up on the feet. That Francis Ngannou had no other choice but to revert to wrestling. Francis Ngannou was probably 285 pounds when he fought that fight. If you go watch them fight and just hear Cormier and them talk about how big Ngannou got overnight, how his legs were so much bigger than Gane, Francis Ngannou it was probably 285, where John Jones is going to be 245. That's 40 pounds of pure muscle. That's a whole different human being, dude. Francis Ngannou, we can't even be comparing people with him as far as strength and size like that. But you've seen him look good against Volkov, Rosenstruck, Tai Tuivasa. His wrestlings look good in every fight except against Francis. But it wasn't like Francis was out there hitting him with these great wrestling moves. He just freaking gooned him, dude. Just grabbed him and out-muscled him. But I'm sure Ciryl Gane was not expecting to get wrestled by Francis Ngannou in that fight. You know what I mean? That's the last thing you're expecting. So I'm sure he didn't train for no wrestling for this fight. And since that fight, I guarantee he's been working his wrestling a ton. And I don't see John Jones taking Ciryl Gane and holding him down and doing any work. Ciryl Gane actually showed really good jiu-jitsu against Francis Ngannou as far as not taking any damage on the ground, working himself back up. He would get taken down here and there, but he showed me everything I need to know that says that I think he beats John Jones, man. I'm probably not gonna bet either side. I'm looking at the over. I bet the over, over 4.5 minus 140. Neither one of these guys been finished in 39 total fights between them, and they've both been in there with the most dangerous men in the world. John Jones couldn't even finish Anthony Smith a couple of years ago at 205, and Francis Ngannou couldn't finish Ciryl Gane. So Ciryl Gane is not getting finished. John Jones only finished one person in the last 10 years since 2013, and that was the corpse of Alexander Gustafsson back in like 2017. His last finish before that was Vitor Belfort in 2013 with the key lock. So he's not finishing Ciryl Gane, and I don't, dude. The only one getting a finish in this fight, in my opinion, is Ciryl Gane, dude. John Jones not taking him down and elbowing him out. Ciryl Gane's going to be too big for that. But I don't think Ciryl Gane finishes John Jones either, because he's one of the biggest, best, toughest guys in the motherfucking world with great cardio. So I'm taking Ciryl Gane. I'm going to take him by decision. I think like a 48-47 back and forth fight. But I think it's going to be a slower kickboxing fight. I think people think it's going to be a big grappling match, and it's not going to be. I think John Jones will try a couple takedowns. Maybe he gets one. Ciryl Gane works his way back up. John decides, man, I'm not even going to waste no energy on this if I can't hold the dude down. And it becomes a striking match, a kickboxing match between two of the best strikers in the world. So I can't wait to see that, man. So give me Ciryl Gane. Give me him by decision, dude. I really think that's how it works out. Appreciate everybody coming out and joining me tonight, hanging out. We're going to win again, man. We're going to clean sweep last week, plus 9.65 units. I plan on clean sweeping these full 5 bets this card, and you know, get me 10 units or more. So appreciate everybody hanging out, and I will see you guys Thursday night live with Johnny on my channel on this for this pay-per-view show, and it's going to be awesome. I'm going to talk to Johnny about his Dante Mays pick. You know, Augusto Sakai. That's all I got to say, man. Augusto Sakai. I'll see you guys. Remember this Face Meet Fist. Go look that up on Instagram. You're gonna have to go like that, because you're gonna get in some drawings for some jackets. You're gonna get in for a lot of stuff we're gonna be sending you. So appreciate you guys. See you and good luck this weekend.